Hey everybody, can you hear me? Yeah, good. So, welcome to Ignite. My name is Alon Yerdeni. I'm from the information protection team, and I'm here to talk to you about all the new features and the new protection capabilities that we are releasing and announcing in Ignite. So, I'm going to start with a very short interview because we only have 20 minutes. So, information protection has exploded over the last years. Like we used to do, 3-4 years ago, we used to work on-premise, scan the data, everything was great. But now we have so many mobile devices, we have many cloud apps and all that stuff. So our work got very complicated and very hard, but we are doing a great job trying to help you guys make sense in all that information and all the data that you need to manage and protect. So, what is our three principles or pillars of how we are addressing the information protection in your organization? First of all, the most important part is know your data. Where do I store data? Where do employees store data? If that data is where it's stored, I want to scan it. I want to know what it contains. Does it contain business information? Does it contain critical information? Does it contain data of our customers, which is PII, which is the most important thing we need to protect? And then, after I know where all my data is, I want to start protecting it. I want to make sure that nobody accidentally shares data with our competition or with some external entity. I want to make sure that that people from our organization that are not allowed to access certain types of data are not allowed or cannot access data that they should not access. And then I want to also govern the data. I want to make sure that I know when it's deleted, when it's being archived, and so forth. So all of that is what we are doing. All of that is what we call information protection and governance. And this is what my team and the rest of the Microsoft Information Protection Initiative are releasing and enabling you guys to do. I am going to focus on the two parts of know your data and protect your data. If you remember our old presentations from some time ago, the information protection, Azure information protection, Microsoft information protection, we used to talk about discover and classify, which is now part of know your data, and label and protect, which is protect your data. And we want to do it anywhere the data lives. This is the most important point, and this is where we are spending a lot of energy over the last few months and years to make sure that we are able to support all the new areas that are now being used to store the data and share the data. So what do we have here? We have Office 365, which is, of course, the #1 platform on the planet for productivity. We have all the productivity apps from Office apps, and most recently, and I'm going to talk about it later, I want you to notice the Power BI here, which is something new that I'm going to add more information later. We have all the cloud services, either by Microsoft or our competition, Box, Salesforce. You guys are using it. We need to help you protect the data that you store there. Of course, let's not forget the data starts on-premise, usually starts on-premise. And for many more years, we're going to have a lot of data also sitting in our on-premises servers and personal computers, so we need to support that too. And Azure resources. Azure is growing unbelievably, and people are starting to use it. There's a lot of machine data there, like app configuration and stuff, but starting to have a lot of storage there, like documents, customer data, databases. We have lots of data stored in Azure. We have to help you protect that too and scan that. So what are the things that we are focusing about? First, we want to consist about classification. We focus about having one classification engine or one classification capability to scan all those locations and give you one result. It doesn't matter if the document or the data resides in SQL or it resides in our Word document or PowerPoint. We want to have the same result and the same understanding of the data, no matter where it is. We want to have native integration. We want to have Office native, the Office native apps automatically support all those information protection capabilities that we are talking about. We want to have deep context scanning. We want to really understand the content. We want to know if it's HIPAA related, if it's PII, if it has credit cards, if it's talking about your new secret project in the company, which is enabled by us supporting custom sensitive information types. Every industry, every organization is different from another. So if you have specific types of information that you want to look for, we allow you to do that too, and across all those workloads that I mentioned before. So without wasting too much time on the overview, and I'm going to be here all week at the Azure Information Protection. If you want to come talk to me, I can give you more information. But let's talk about what's exciting. Let's talk about what we're releasing and announcing in Ignite. So first of all, I'm gonna quickly go over this list. So you have to enjoy my slight accent as I go over them, but it's also all the information is up here. We have the Microsoft 365 Compliance Center with a lot of new analytics capabilities about everything in information protection that in your organization. We have brand new Activity Explorer and Content Explorer allow you to understand what type of labels and what contents are being used in your organization. And this is really adding a lot of sense into understanding what information is being used in my organization. I'm going to move away here. But if you want to take a photo of me, just let me know. I can. Again, as I said, native. We're really focusing on native support for information protection. So we're going to have native Office and Windows Office support sensitivity labeling. Outlook Mobile. We are adding a lot of automatic labeling capabilities to our native Office on Windows and the Office on Web, which is stuff that are very new. We are now in preview, and this is going really great. We get great feedback from our customers on that. The one thing that really disturbed working with protected documents and with labeled documents is SharePoint. SharePoint now supports and allowing you to co-work on the documents, even if they are protected and even if they are labeled. This is amazing, as SharePoint is one of the most highly used products in the world for sharing data and content authoring. And now it's fully supporting information protection, which is amazing. And I'm going to talk more about some of the items on our roadmap regarding SharePoint. Like I said, we are now announcing in Ignite, and you're going to get lots more information about it later this week from my colleagues and from my friends in Power BI, from the Power BI team. We are now allowing admins and users and the customers using Power BI to label Power BI artifacts and saying this is confidential. This should not be shared with everybody. You cannot send it externally. Not everybody in the organization can access those dashboards or use this information. And you will see later, this label that you apply to the artifacts in Power BI are persistent. And even when you export the data to Excel and try to send it forward through email, that label persists with the data and gives you a warning saying, hey, are you sure you want to send the salary of everybody in the organization to the entire organization? Doesn't seem like a great business decision or a career decision for you. So all that stuff now is available and will allow much more ability to control how your information is being shared. Protected PDF. PDF is of course one of the best format and one of the most popular format for sharing data. Last year we announced our agreement with Adobe, and now PDF and Adobe supports all our labeling and information protection capabilities. Now we are announcing that the new Edge that we are releasing, Edge Anaheim, is going to support opening a protected PDF. So it's even going to be easier, and every Windows device will be able to open it without any additional download. And like last year, we announced our partnership with Adobe. This year, we are announcing the integration with CAD. The CAD format is going to be supported, which is also something that we heard from you, our customers, and our partners very strongly. That there was a huge demand for supporting CAD files and CAD formats, and now everything is going to be supported. And this is, again, allowing you even more control over how your information and the important information is being shared. So although we released all that, we still have some things that we want to do and keep working and keep getting our salary for Microsoft. So this is what we're going to work on the next couple of months and this year. We're going to support on all platforms. No matter where you open your Office or your Outlook, you're gonna have the ability to apply and read the manual, the labeling that is already used. We're going to keep pushing auto-labeling into more and more clients, okay? So the rich client and the web clients using Office will also support auto-classification and will give you recommendation on labeling and will give you warnings when you change or you don't apply a label, which can cause an information leak. God bless you. We are working on container labels that are allowing you to apply a label to a container which automatically will be applied to all the documents that are now in the container. All will be later added to the container, making it very simple to use that. And this is being worked on with SharePoint Online, Microsoft Teams, and the Power BI team. What I mentioned before about the PDF, I'm not going to repeat it. It's in preview now. It's going to be GA later this year. We are working very hard with our Microsoft Team partners to adding DLP. As Microsoft Teams becomes more popular, people are starting to use it to share information and exchange information with each other. Again, this is an area that we want to make sure information is shared correctly and with no leaks. Also, we're going to work with Exchange Online on data in transit and data at rest to add the auto-classification there. This is, again, something huge and will provide an enormous amount of availability for you to understand what data is being sent outside via email or what data is stored in all the email containers that people have on all of the devices and that stuff. So this is, again, bringing you a lot of value into and capabilities into understanding what data is being used, what is the data, and how I can protect it. So I talked a lot about, I gave you a lot of information with words. Let me try to put some images behind those words so you can see that I'm not just making that up. So let's talk about my bad. Before we see all these great images, let's talk about how you're going to enjoy all that new capabilities. So if you've been with us for the last few years, you're probably an Azure Information Protection customer. And you've been with us as we started the journey of taking Azure Information Protection and making it a Microsoft-wide effort with a lot of integrations and working with SharePoint Online, Power BI, Office, Azure, many other partners in Microsoft. So in order to move with us and use all these great features that I was talking about, the new features in Microsoft Information Protection Initiative, you guys that are still using the Azure Information Protection add-in and the Azure Information Protection portal need to migrate to the Microsoft Information Protection portal, which is the Security and Compliance Center in Office. So what's our guidance and what do we tell people? First of all, it's very easy to migrate from Azure Information Protection to the new platform in Security and Compliance Center. It's basically one or a few clicks, and you are able to work with the new system without any hinges. Now, as I mentioned before, we are working very hard to make Office Pro Plus natively support all the information protection capabilities. So what should you use? Should you use the AIP add-in that we are working on, that you've been using for several years and we've been developing for several years? Or should you move to the native support? If you're using Office Pro, move to the native support. It's gonna have all the latest and all the greatest features that we are developing, adding, and so forth. If you're not using Office Pro Plus, or if you are using one of the very few features that are not yet supported in Office Native, you can stay with the add-in, with the AIP add-in, again, using the Security and Compliance Center to manage all of that. And we're gonna keep supporting you guys until the end of support for all those Office platforms except the Office Pro Plus. So there should be no worries there. The migration should be very simple. And if you do have an issue, please contact us on this page, and we will make it our top priority, helping you guys go through that migration. So I'm not going to give you the whole pitch again, but I am going to move and show you some screenshots of our very latest releases, which I am very excited about. So Power BI, it's unbelievable. Power BI is used by so many people. It's one of our greatest products. It's our greatest growing product. People are using it everywhere. And what are they using it for? They're using it to share the most sensitive and most important data that you have in your organization, the sales data, the salaries, all the important stuff that we collect. And we didn't have any way to control how you distribute that. So we looked at that, and now I'm happy to tell you that we are releasing now this capability to protect, classify, and protect Power BI artifacts. You can control who gets access to that by the labels, and those are the same labels that we have configured before in the Security and Compliance Center for use on all your Office documents. So it's one system, one policy for your data. So this is amazing. I cannot tell you how much, I cannot explain how excited I am about this new offering, and I'm expecting it to be very highly used. We are already receiving great feedback from everybody that is trying that, and we are receiving bad feedback for people that were not invited to the public or to the private previews right now. So this is now going public, and everybody can use it. And I really encourage you guys to use it if you're using those products. And as I mentioned, the data or the label is persistent with the data. I'm just checking how much time I have. Not a lot. This is the most important slide, so no worries here. You create the data. Who knows if the data is sensitive or not? The person who added the data, that owns the data, right? So that person can put the label confidential on the data, and then a person who does not know that this is confidential and is just trying to create some presentation for the CEO will export it. Now that label will go with the data and make sure that nobody shares that data by mistake with someone who's not allowed or should not see that. And this is what happened if you export a report from Power BI, you try to access it, and they say, hey man, I'm sorry, you do not have access to this document, which is something that was not, we did not have that capability before, and I think it's gonna be very important and very happy for our customers. So I have 1 more minute. Do you have one question that I can answer? Yes. I cannot hear you, I'm sorry. Okay, so the question was, and let me see if I got you right. The question was if I have a label on a document or 2 labels, we support 1 label. 1 label only, so easy answer. We are planning, we are considering multi-labeling. We are considering that. I don't have any plans right now that I can share about that. Before I take one more question, I'm just going to tell you we're going to be here all week in the Azure Information Protection booth near Theater 4. And I do recommend you guys to come and see all our... I did prepare a lot of pictures for you guys. I do invite everybody to come see the rest of the long list of presentations and talks that we are providing. The question? What?
The sensitivity toolbar?
Yeah.
Building it into the native app, or you still need to do that?
So the toolbar, this is something we are working on. We are considering. Right now it's a button as part of the other toolbars, but we are working with our customers and with our partners to understand how important that is so we can prioritize working on creating a specific toolbar for that. Once again, thank you everybody. My name was Alon Yardeni.